Hello, hello, hello. Antphrodite here, your pop culture psychic, back to you again with another celebrity reading. This time it's on Taylor Swift because her new album, The Tortured Pets Department, has released, and it ended up being a double album with 31 long songs. So, how are the Swifties feeling? If you don't remember, I did a reading on this before this album came out. Put a link to it up here, and I got a lot of information that ended up being 100% correct. I had said that the public was going to hate it, even if it was good, because they wanted to.
As for the album, I fear that this album is going to be shit on even if it's good. People want to hate on Taylor Swift, and so they are going to hate on Taylor Swift. And I think they're going to comment on things that have no relevance to the album during the cycle, because I see her trying to control the narrative on social media and it not working because people don't care about that anymore.
We see that was true. I said that people would not be on her side in the Joe breakup, and they clearly aren't.
She has been trying to bait him into doing something bad so that the public will be on her side when she rips him a new one, but he hasn't taken the bait and he doesn't care. And she's trying so hard to get him to care, but he don't give a fuck, okay? And I think she needs to be careful because I think she might go too hard and it's going to be like kicking a puppy. I don't think the public is going to be on her side. I mean, the conversation is going to be how ruthless she is. The conversation is going to be how mean she is, how she doesn't forgive people.
People are saying that she was mean in one of her songs where she basically allegedly blames his depression for their breakup in like a really mean way. I said that she would reignite a very old beef, maybe like 10 plus years ago.
I feel like this person took a swipe at her like 10 years ago, though. This makes me feel like someone did something to her like 10 years ago. Someone kicked her when she was down.
She makes a diss track on Kim Kardashian. And there's so much more in there. It's kind of crazy looking back on that. And seeing just how ridiculously accurate it was and all the hate I got from Swifties telling me I was just being a hater. Dude, I've been doing this for years. It's just what I see, it's nothing personal. If you want my personal opinion about the album, I do think I have something written down here. Let me see if I can find it. And this is just my opinion. Now, let me just say before the Swifties come for me, I like Taylor Swift, but I'm more of like a casual listener. I'm not like a super big fan, but I always have songs of hers on all my playlists, right? And I do kind of find her interesting as a person. I feel like I like her, and sometimes I feel like I can relate to her. Sometimes I can't, whatever. So don't come for me. But I'm going to be honest. This album to me, these are the words that I use to describe this album. Pretentious, lyrically bloated, very shallow, and Diablo Cody coded. Some of the tracks were giving Juno soundtrack, and I feel like her words were like almost like cringe. Like it's like she was trying to talk like it was like millennial cringe. It's like you're trying to talk like like a different decade. I don't know. It was just weird. It was very Diablo Cody film. So that's just my opinion. I liked I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. I thought that song was really good. That's kind of the standout for me. Everything else was kind of just like sounded the same, and I was like, whatever. One song out of 31 is not a great batting average, but I maybe this album is just for someone that's not me, so don't hate me. Anyways, we're gonna take a look at her and Kim Kardashian's feud, okay, since she reignited that. And I want to look at how she feels about the public perception of this album. If you want me to do another reading on other aspects of this sort of album, I will. I'll make video after video this entire week. I just want to make sure I don't like bloat the video too much. So remember, these readings are all legend for interpreters only, and let's just get started. And please, if you like these, join my YouTube members. There's a $5, $10, $15 tier. You get access to exclusive pick-a cards, story times, and you can win a reading from me. Also, there's a link down below to my second YouTube channel with non-tarot content, Antphrodite TEA, but it's linked down below. Okay, so we're gonna start with the Kim feud, okay, and then I want to look at the other stuff after. So let's do Taylor on the left and Kim on the right. Okay, so Taylor definitely obviously doesn't trust her or the people around her, right? That makes sense. But the High Priestess is about wrong timing. Yeah, she delivered this in a Mercury retrograde. To me, I feel like this is one of those moments. I know a lot of people are on Kim's side because she kind of talked about the kids and people don't like that. I'm like, whatever about it. I mean, if you're beefing, you're beefing. It's not really rules in beefing. But what I will say is when the High Priestess is reversed, it tells me wrong timing. So I think this is one of those things where she maybe sat on this far too long. The Kim Kardashian is the Four of Pentacles reverse, which is about willing to invest and be patient for her moment. That's like a selfless act. The Empress reverse is a lack of self-love or a lack of self-care, and it's also about powerful women feuding, right? I do think that Kim Kardashian does want to make amends, and I do think that at some point she did try, but I think Taylor just doesn't trust her and wasn't into it. So I see Kim kind of being a wishy-washy Libra here, where one minute she's being kind and another minute she's like, fine, I'll be a bitch then. And it's kind of like back and forth. So I think they both are just very guarded here. I think they've been having a proxy war when it comes to like Kim's sisters and Taylor. The Three of Cups is other people and gossip drama. The Death card is reversed with the King of Pentacles, which says it's evolved from her issue with because I know a lot of people are like, why isn't she mad at Kanye? This is a different situation. It's evolved from her issue with Kanye to like a proxy war of like the Kardashians, because I think she just feels like the Kardashians are just constantly causing issues. They cause issues for me, Selena, like it's just Miss Gomez, you know, like it seems like it's just gotten to that point where she's just fed up. She's just like, it's always like this. Now, the Knight of Wands is upright, the Seven of Cups reversed, and the Five of Swords. I think she needs to be careful because the Kardashians are very good at persuading the media themselves. And I know they have a lot of scandals brewing right now. And I think she's betting on the fact that like they are going to have some bad PR from some of the scandals that are brewing, especially when it comes to their money. And I think she's like betting on that. Here's the problem. Yes, I think that they're going to be in a little bit of a problem, a pickle, but so are you. And so this is one of those beefs where if I go down, you're coming down with me. This has the potential to get super ugly. So that's why we're seeing like tiptoes or whatever. But here's the thing. Whatever the fuck happens here next is big, because even if they do make up, they're going to get their lick back. The Kardashians will get their lick back, because I think it's the lyric about the children that has infuriated the entire coven. Like, they're coming for Taylor and they're going to get her. And I think this is someone that's going to get her worse than anyone. Even if they make amends, they will still do this to her. It's open season for you. And it's kind of sad, but at the same time, it's like, I think this might be what I was talking about, where she needs to learn how to forgive, because being angry and vengeful at someone is just drinking poison and expecting it to hurt the other person, but only hurt yourself. And I think she's really starting to realize that. You know, I said that this album was giving manic episode. It's all over the place. It doesn't really make sense. The lyrics to me are kind of like weird and not really very Taylor. And I do think that there's aspects here of like, it reminds me of like when someone's manic or something and they just like they can't stop themselves. And then they're like, they wake up out of their mania and they're like, oops. That's the kind of vibe that I'm seeing. It's like, this is not smart. Like, this is a girl who's usually extremely calculated and she's getting sloppy. What's going on? Her facade is breaking. Her core is breaking. Like, this is not the girl we know. And so I know everyone gets mad at me when I say this, but the Page of Wands is upright, the Three of Swords reversed, and the Chariot. I'd be shocked if there isn't going to be trouble with her and Travis, because I definitely see people being like, okay, you want to play that game? You want to talk, like, honestly, allegedly, all alleged friend tapers only. It's all alleged friend tapers only. But I mean, this could easily be something like, okay, you want to talk about the kids? Okay, let's play the fame game. And I see people like, I don't even think they're planning stories. I just think that there are people that are here's what I'll say. I don't think that Travis is squeaky clean. But I think right now the media doesn't run stories about Travis because, it doesn't pay well, right? Right now it's like, we love him in America's Sweetheart with Taylor. But, maybe it could be influenced from Kardashians, could be influenced from other people. But all I'm saying is I'm seeing a lot of stories and stuff being put about her relationship and how like things aren't that great, or, he does this in his past, he did that in the past. And, I think we're going to start to see a lot of stuff, people talking about like not only that ex, or excuse me, no, ooh, let me call him Travis Kelce an ex. Not only Travis, but some of her other exes. Like I'm seeing like it's like people banding together and being like, actually, fuck you. Like her ex is being like, actually, fuck you. Like literally, like no. And I see a lot of people just being like, plant this story or say this story. Like I'm gonna say it, like because again, it's gonna be cool again to like hate on her. And to be honest with you, she can't play victim this time because she did this to herself. And so I don't even think she really needs to worry about Kim Kardashian as much as I think she needs to worry about all of her enemies. I think she played her hand too hard. Page of Cups, Strength, and Seven of Swords. Yeah, I see this as her. Oh, wow. I definitely think she's going to take this album super serious. Like, okay, I'm going to re-poll for this. If you want me to do a reading on like Travis Kelce and Joe Alwyn, all that, let me know in the comments down below and I'll do a whole nother thing. I don't want to keep this video too long. But what I want to do is about her reception of the album and people's reception. Now, I told you in my last few readings on Taylor, okay, that she doesn't really know who she is. And so she takes people's opinions of her and that's what she becomes essentially, right? Like she's a people pleaser in that aspect when it comes to her art. And I feel like I already know the Swifties can be like, well, actually, it debuted #1 and had all these numbers. The same thing happened with Lady Gaga's Born This Way, where technically she did all these things just to like that were kind of shady just to get a #1, and everyone was hating on her and like, yeah, it did critically pretty well or whatever the hell happened, and she had all these successful stuff, but her next album was considered the biggest flop of her career, which by the way, I don't think our pop's that bad, but whatever, and it was because the public just hated her. And she was overexposed and they hated her, and she did exactly what Taylor's doing. So it's like, I definitely see the same vibe here. So I think she's going to take it to heart. So let's look at her opinion on what's happening with the album or how she feels about public's perception. This is the public. Uh-oh. I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot going on. I see a battle for control when it comes to her career. Does she have issues with her dad? Swifties, help me. I think something's going on with the direction in which she wants to go with her career, and perhaps maybe her dad or management or something. Emperor reverse could be dad or management. And the Knight of Wands, this is a rebellious act. I think she was told not to do things and she's doing things on spite now. The Six of Pentacles is the public. So the Six of Pentacles is about reliability, consistency, dependability, right? And so that's like people feeling like, oh yeah, this is my old faithful. Like, I know what I can get from you. And then we see her kind of like battling for control and losing control. That's also with the Emperor's reverse. She's losing control. And then we see the Knight of Wands, which is misguided aggressions. So it's almost like her taking things out on her fans because she can't take things out on maybe her dad or her management. And then the Queen of Wands, yeah. The Queen of Wands, misguided aggression, hardcore. The Nine of Pentacles, again, that's a single card sometimes, but it's also about like my talent. And the Eight of Swords, feeling pressured and trapped. There's almost a part of her that's self-sabotaging her creativity right now. I see her in a crisis. I actually really do think this girl's manic, but I see her in a crisis and I see her in an identity crisis. You guys are gonna think I'm dramatic, but I'm being honest. I see her in an identity crisis because I'm seeing her be like, holy fuck, what do I do? Like, who am I? Like, I'm confused. Like, I think this is why we're seeing her kind of be a little bit like iffy about new acts coming in. Probably explains a little bit of the Olivia Rodrigo beef, which maybe I'll do a video on that if you want me to do a video on that again. Because I do know there's a song on here that's definitely clearly like a swipe at Olivia, in my opinion. The I Want to Get Her Back, or whatever the hell the song is. And so it's like, I'm definitely seeing her just kind of like, and that Clara Bow song I think is also about, maybe about her Olivia, but it could be about someone else. It's just about being replaced, right? And so that's definitely what I'm seeing her. I'm seeing her be like, I'm not cool anymore. This is her freaking the fuck out because we don't think she's cool anymore. And to be honest with you, she's not. She's too famous. She's too pretty. She's too successful. She's too happy. She's too rich. She is not relatable anymore, and she's panicked. I think that's why we're seeing this. I think that's why her creativity is stifled right now, is because she can't grasp onto anything because she's so detached from us. And she knows that. I think she knows that. This looks like, oh my God, this album is a desperate plea for her fans to love her. Don't leave me, please. Like, I just need you. I just need you. That's how I feel like she can be in relationships, where she just like gets like desperate and just like acts out or lashes out. She's doing that with the fans. What she has done to every man in her life, she is now doing to her fans and her career. She's treating her career like she would a man. I think this is because of everyone being mad about Maddie Kelly. I think it triggered this in her. Yep. You forced me to walk away from someone I cared about, and now I'm pissed off, and now I'm like, well, I think it's more along the lines of it's triggered something in her, and I think she's just like, holy shit, I'm not cool. Yeah, Page of Swords, Knight of Cups reversed, and the Hangman reversed. She's going to try to show face really hard, but I'm going to tell you right now, she's taking the criticism brutally behind the scenes. Because yes, I know this girl cares about numbers, and numbers are like everything to her, but I actually think for once she's going to reach numbers and realize that everyone hating on her hurts worse. I think this is going to be one of those things where she's like, usually she's like, oh yeah, I got number one and I have haters, whatever. No, this is one of those things where she can get number ones and she can get all these things, but the fact that the public hates her so much, I think she's going to be like, actually, this isn't worth it. Actually, this doesn't feel good. Actually, this doesn't resonate with me. This doesn't make me happy. This doesn't make me feel like I'm, like I'm worthy. Like, this isn't what I wanted. I think, there's a lot of songs I feel like on this album also that are very like Lana coded. Like, they sound like Lana, even the vocals sound like Lana. And I feel like there's a part of her that's almost like Star, Magician Upright, and the Temperance Reverse. It seems like she's just, I think that it's almost like, how do I word this? It's almost like it's like a cry for help, honestly, in my opinion. It sounds dramatic, but the Star and the Magician is like a temper tantrum, or like throwing things out there to see what people feel. And the Temperance card is like impatience and just trying things. It's like, she's obviously a fan of Lana, right? She's obsessed with her. Everyone's obsessed with Lana right now. And so there's a part of her that's like kind of like, well, me too, me too, me too, me too. Like, it's weird. Like, it's almost like she's like just, and I don't think it's in a way of like, she doesn't see it as like copying. I think she sees it as like, oh, okay, that's what I need to do. She's like an eager child. She's very childish. Like, her energy is like an eager child. She doesn't know any better. Like, this girl is weird. Now, granted, I mean, she's a grown woman who's a billionaire. She could do whatever the fuck she wants. I'm sure she does. But in her inner core, I'm just kind of like, she doesn't really get it. And then she gets mad I'm telling you, I see her just get mad when she's not cool. But she's not cool. Now that the whole world is like, bitch, you're not cool, it's shattering her worldview of herself. She is going to take this album so hard. To be honest with you, she needs to be careful about re-recording Reputation as well. The Two of Pentacles says two stinkers. So yeah, you can see that as maybe it means like both albums are not really that great and they already came, but sometimes it's about two stinkers. So she needs to be very careful about her next release too, because if it's too soon, like, I know a lot of you like, well, everyone hates her now, and then she's going to release Reputation, and then it's going to be like, yeah, it's like history repeating itself. Only Swifties are going to think that. The general public is going to think she's cringe again and be like, wow, everyone got mad because you released a bad album and you make a dramatic re-record about it. Like, they're not going to be into that either. Yeah, Five of Swords reversed. Wheel of Fortune reversed and Ten of Wands. She needs to be really fucking careful, because here's the thing. Okay, she needs to learn from a lot of Lady Gaga's mistakes, where it's like you lean in so hard to one thing that you basically pigeonhole yourself and you alienate everyone. And once you alienate people, it's hard to bring them back. And this girl has done a great job at not alienating a single person. I'm starting to see that start to happen. Five of Swords reverse, Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Wands. I'm seeing a lot of bad moves, risks that were taken that didn't need to be taken. I think this girl is just going against everything everyone should tell her to try to seek approval, and all it's doing is making her more unlikable. It's like when you want a boy to like you so bad and he doesn't like you, so you're like cringe and desperate and do anything for him and like are a little simp, and you're like, please love me, and it just makes him hate you more. That's what she's doing to us. That's what's happening to us. And so yeah, she needs a break. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to do a reading on. I'll do it in the next video. Put in the comments down below. Anything specific about the album, anything I missed, let me know. I mean, I still like Taylor. I just think that this album is just not, it's beneath her, to be honest. It's very shallow, my opinion. Anyways, yeah, if you like that, join the YouTube members. Until next time, bye guys.